What's up, everybody? It's your boy L Slack, and you're watching the Vulgar Uplander. How we doing today? Oh, I guess I can't hear you. That's a stupid. That was a dumb thing I just did there. In my head, I was like, this would be funny, and then I was like, as it was happening, I was like, this is not funny. This is stupid. Obviously, I know that nobody can hear me, or that I can't hear them. Anyway, fucking off to a great start. That's all I gotta say. Killing the game right away. That might have been my finest move to date. I think. Maybe not. Anyway, how's it going? It's going great for me in the car, doing driving things. It's raining. I'm stuck behind a log truck. Going fucking slow, Awesome. But it's giving me time to really just think. And I was listening, to some podcasts, and just got me jacked up about Upland. So I was like, fuck it. I think we'll kill some time while we're driving behind this slow ass log truck and do some content stuff. So good news on the fundraising front. Apparently, my reach is extending a little bit. I got some attention of Upland proper, and oh man, the rain, come on. And like the Upland account hasn't reached out to me or anything like that, but one of the members of Upland, one of the employees from Upland, reached out to me in game, and they want to donate a property to help with the fundraiser, to raise money to help me raise money for sick kids. So I was pretty stoked about that. I'm very grateful. Again, I try not to name any names because I just want to make sure that people that want to be named or don't mind being named, I just want to respect people's privacy or whatever. So yeah, so we got that. We got another property, another thing. That's I've stopped pushing necessarily for more donations. Not that I have any issue accepting, but I'm already up to I think over 50 things, and so that's a lot. It's a lot of goodness. So I'm very, very happy about that. I think it's going to help bring a lot of donations in for this fundraiser, starting on May 5th, running through May 12th. You can check, my Extra Life page, which I've linked out in a couple different places. I keep talking about doing a what am I trying to say? The X video to promote follows and stuff, and I meant to do it a couple days ago, and I meant to do it yesterday. Life gets in the way, as it does. So my hope is tonight. I'm gonna get on my computer. I just haven't been getting off early enough, and then I have to go and neglect my family if I go do that, and then that's not cool of me. So I try to just hang out, and then by the time everybody's done for the night, especially the last couple nights, it's been kind of later. So I'm just like, well, I think I'm just gonna go to bed too. Whereas most of the time they all kind of go to bed relatively early, and so I'm kind of free to do my own thing for an hour or two without any interruptions or guilt. So that's kind of where I'm at. I'm hoping to just just make it happen this evening. So when I get home, I'll, do some other random bullshit and do fucking upland things. So like I said the other day, I got my showroom, and this falls right in line with not being able to get downstairs. Well, I mean, I could obviously go downstairs whenever I want, but go downstairs and get on my computer and deal with all that stuff and get things going. So I just haven't done that yet. I'm going to do it, and I absolutely need to do it soon. So tonight, hopefully that night, I want to leave at 4 o'clock for my job today, so I can get home by 6. Spend a couple hours with the family. By 8 o'clock, 8:30, I'm downstairs doing my thing, uninterrupted. That sounds like a glorious time. I get to sleep in a little bit more tomorrow, so I don't have to stress out about going to bed as early. It could be perfect this evening. So that's tentatively the plan. But of course, you know how things go. Everything can get fucked up at a moment's notice. Anyway, so I will get on Canva and I will make my artwork for my MetaVenture. I'm probably just going to name it Vulgar Map Assets, something real, generic like that. I'll find some sort of angry llama thing, put on there, and then, use the magic of Canva to make a nice, clean background. Because I like the shit to look nice and clean, even though my mouth isn't. It's a filthy, foul, vile mouth. What else we got? So that's gonna happen tonight, and then I'm gonna make some content around pushing. Well, I say it's gonna happen tonight, but you know what I'm saying. That's the plan. I'm going to make some content to push the channel through X, and then use the same X post and get some people to follow the Vulgar Uplander, better known as L Slack. So the airdrop comes out on the 2nd at I'm assuming 9 o'clock in the morning, my time, which is when everything kind of drops. So that'll be cool. Pretty excited about that. Can't wait to see what that looks like. Yeah, good yawn. I definitely could use some Spark. I don't expect there to be a lot of Spark being dropped, something pretty minuscule. But anything is better than nothing. So I'm pretty jacked up about it. I'm pretty jazzed. I think the influx of Spark coming into the market is a good thing. I think all the things they're doing, I know it probably trips out a bunch of people because they're thinking it's going to maybe devalue Spark, but I think having a bunch of Spark, a bunch of, like, what's the term, liquid Spark, is that the right term? Just disposable Spark, if you will, available when a Sparklet drops. Well, everything's gonna be called Sparklet. So when Sparklet drops and we're able to trade for it on the blockchain and whatever app or whatever we can use to do that, it doesn't necessarily bode well if everybody's just holding on to their Spark and there's nothing on, there's nothing being sold, there's nothing being traded. You need Spark out there, Sparklet out there that people are willy-nilly with a little bit. Just you want to see a lot of movement. You want to see people buying and selling, and you want to have Sparklet out there that people are comfortable with, kind of playing with, I think. I think it makes it look good. So having people have spark that they haven't. Oh, my shit went black. Having people with sparklet out there that they haven't, I know some people say earn. That's probably not the right term. I think anything you do to get spark is earning it technically. Like we're not doing absolutely nothing and then just getting sparklet. I know some people are butthurt about, I paid X amount of dollars to get all my spark, and now you're just giving it away. I'm like, well, look, more than likely, the amount that we're being dropped is, it's just a drop in the bucket relative to what you could buy, on the market. I doubt it's gonna be very much, like, maybe 0.03 or something. I don't know what it's gonna look like, but it's probably not gonna be very much. So I don't know. It's not like people are just getting fucking dumped with like a whole spark or 5 whole spark or 10 spark or something like that. That would be fucking outrageous. It's just gonna be a fraction of a sparklet, which doesn't take away from anybody who already bought sparklet and that has or grinded to get sparklet through treasure hunting and stuff. That stuff is still important to you, and if you get some free sparklet that you don't mind throwing on the blockchain and seeing what happens, then like that's only a good thing. Like you're not at risk of losing any of the sparklet that you earned or that you paid for or any of that stuff. And if the demand is there and people are looking to get in, and if the upland is growing exponentially, then you got nothing to worry about. Then the value of your spark might go up, man. So, or woman. So just chill. You know what I'm saying? Just sit back and watch it go, because regardless if people get that shit dropped on them or not, you're gonna get your price of spark is gonna fluctuate no matter what. It could go up, it could go down. My general sense is that it will probably go down for a while until it goes up. As people are wanting to fucks with it left and right, you can see the price going down, right? And then once people get stingy with it and they don't want to move it, that price is going to go up. So, like, just wait, just chill out. It's gonna do the thing regardless. You might as well have some disposable spark out there that you're willing to fuck with. So it's gonna be good. I think having extra sparklet out there is a good thing. So don't trip, chocolate chip. Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty stoked about the airdrop. I want to see how much I get. I can't wait to. Sorry, just checking the mic, make sure it's still on. I want to see how much I got and see if it can make a difference in any of these fucking the properties I got going on. Because I still got this godforsaken fucking racetrack that's going to take me a year to build. So any amount that I can throw back on that thing to get done will be great, because I would really like to utilize the fact that I got in right before they stopped accepting new tracks. But if I wait a fucking year, they're gonna open it up and people are gonna build and have their tracks open before mine that I got going a long time before them. So I need to find a way to get some spark on that son of a bitch and get that fucker built out, and then figure out what I'm gonna do moving forward with that track, because I'm kind of a doer and figure it out later kind of guy. I don't spend a lot of time, just because I don't have a lot of time to just sit there and think about and plan every little move that I'm going to do. I will probably come up with an idea, I'll do it, and then I will, figure it out on the fly. I think I'm pretty good at that, but if I got the time to, like at work, different story. I have time to sit and plan and think and come up with a good strategy on how I'm going to implement whatever, thing I got to do. But in my day to day, man, I got that ADD brain, and I got fucking kids and a wife and a job and other hobbies and friends and things that occupy my time. And I just don't have the freedom to sit down and, hash out all the deets. I'll hash out most of the deets and then, figure out the rest of it as I go. So, when I get this racetrack up, I have some general ideas, but do I have anything, perfectly fleshed out? Fuck no. Fuck no. Will I eventually get them fleshed out? Yes. I'm a smart guy. I just don't have it all, done just yet, but it'll get there. My shit just takes time. Anyway, so yeah, what I want to do really is what I'm gonna start doing here soon. I was thinking about when I was watching, some other videos, is just start getting the owners of the properties or like on the racetrack, so that way I can prepare for when it is done to hopefully start working on getting approved for the URL. I want it to be a URL approved track, and I don't know if they're accepting any more right now, but I want to be ready for when they do, so that way we can get the track featured in a URL event or something. So I'll pimp it out, you know what I'm saying, when it's done. But I just got to get the fucker done first. So I've entered into a bunch of upland related Spark giveaways. So I'm hoping that eventually one of them hits and I can get a little boost on some of them. So, and then I will do a giveaway or something. I will work on something to give away to those that want to help out. I got a couple things in the works. So I'll do a giveaway, and anybody that wants to help out building that thing up. And I haven't announced that yet, but once I'm done with the fundraising stuff, I'll probably start focusing on the track piece and, trying to get things out there to give away to people that want to help me. So yeah, that's generally my plan. Let's see here. There was something else. Can I remember what that something else is all the time? No. Anyway, I sold another property for like $5. I don't think this one was a tycoon one. I think this is just one that, based on the price, it made sense to list in dollars instead of UPIX based on the return. So I think that one sold. It was like $5.40 or something like that I got out of it. So I believe, let's see here, I'm up to my overall net worth has dropped just because when I sell the properties for cash or USD, that is naturally going to drop because it doesn't add to my UPIX balance. But maybe tonight. Where the fuck did that? Why am I not seeing it? Am I handicapped? Why is it not showing up? Oh, probably because I don't have service on my phone. That's why it's not showing up. Anyway, it's like $29 or something like that. $29 in USD. So, I remember. I was thinking about the DC stuff, and I wanted to get. Maybe this is what I'm going to do with the USD. I want to get a Washington D.C. pass, and I saw some for sale for USD for like $5, like $5.30. And fuck, that's what I meant to do last night. I didn't wanna forget to do that, but I fucking spaced it. I want to go get a DC pass because they were selling in a shop for again like 32 fucking cents more than um, what they sold for from Upland. So I'm like, hell yeah, I'm just gonna go grab one of those motherfuckers right now, and then when it's time to use it, I will. They can tell me what property I got, and then when the collection review, which I believe is on the 2nd, comes out, because what is today? Today is Tuesday. Wednesday is the 1st. Yeah, Thursday is the 2nd. I'll use my USD and buy some properties off the secondary market, hopefully at a decent price, to at least get 3 in there to just do the standard collection. So I think that's going to be my plan, or 2, maybe 3, because I might, if the property they give me is anything like they did in Tahoe, it could be like fucking 300,000 UPIX, which I don't have, and that would take some work to get. I mean, I might be able to do it. I was able to get, like 80 something thousand UPIX in a couple days by buying some properties. And anyway, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Who the fuck knows? Who the fuck knows what I'm gonna do? I could liquidate a bunch of properties and then just consolidate all those cheap, shitty ones. Cause I got what is it, 170 properties? I mean, more than likely, I could offload 100, not 100 of them, but I could offload like fucking 70 of them. 70 of these cheap little pieces of shit that I got, and probably consolidate those into just a bigger property that I could put into a collection and get a multiplier on, which would probably in turn increase my yield. That might be the move. That might be the move. But that's gonna take some work on my end to go through all these properties and figure out which ones I want to move and which ones I don't want to move, or which ones are movable. Because I'm sure early on, before I understood what I was doing, I was buying properties kind of willy-nilly, maybe not fully understanding how I should be buying the properties. Probably not at the greatest value. So we'll look at some of those. And I'll offload some, and then probably just buy a more condensed amount of properties, because I don't want to have a fuck ton of properties and like a low yield. I'd rather have more large properties that I can put into collections, be a lot more intentional about what I'm doing, rather than have a bunch of small ones that maybe I had made poor decisions on buying. Now, I think the last probably, I don't know, 120 properties, I would say, are probably all good purchases. But about maybe 50 of them, I didn't really know what the fuck I was doing. I think I was just looking for collections, and because I used to have a different strategy. My strategy was once before that I'm looking to buy collection properties, because originally I thought if I buy properties in collections, that's going to be the best bang for my buck, because those are ones that people are going to want to buy more often. That was my original thought, and maybe that was a good thought, but it's definitely morphed since then. And this was kind of prior to neighborhood nodes coming out and that becoming a big deal. So I was looking to see what the value is on collection properties, and like, let's say it was, the collection was 100, what is it, 1.75% return, or multiplier, right? So in my mind, I was like, okay, I can buy a property for 175% markup, and then I'll break even with the multiplier, right? And I believe that makes sense. I think that's still like a fine way to go, right? So if it was like a 1.25% collection multiplier, I would go buy. I would be fine finding properties that are 125% markup and below, which is kind of, I mean, when we're dealing with UPIX, it's not terrible. It's not terrible, but it doesn't leave any room for profit necessarily. So for just owning collection properties, it's probably fine because I'm not losing money on my my return there, because I just 125%, 1.25, the math works. So I'm not necessarily losing money, but when I want to go resell it, I better fucking hope that I can get, at least 125% back, 130% back, because, well, probably 135%, because I'm going to lose 10% on the buy and the sale. So I think I can get 135% markup on a collection property, especially just a basic one? Probably not. I haven't looked, because I haven't looked at purging my collections, but that was my thought originally, and I don't subscribe to that nowadays because it doesn't make sense for me and my growth, for my account. Now I'm really looking at buying. When I put money into the game, I'm going to buy properties with USD, and then I'm going to flip those properties for 2 to 3 times their value of what I paid for them in UPIX. That is a much better return on my money. That's a much better, more efficient way to grow my account, rather than just kind of play the even game. No, I wasn't opposed to getting. I'm still. I don't think I fucked up necessarily with my plan before. It's just when I look at probably the first 50 properties that I own, maybe 60 properties that I own, that was my strategy going into the game, just to not lose. I don't want to lose money. I don't want to buy something that I can't throw into a collection and get a multiplier on. Now, not all of them were, right at that threshold. I got a lot of them under. So I just got to go through and figure out which ones make the most amount of sense to get rid of. And mind you, when I started in 2022, I mean, this is 2 years ago. Some of the properties I bought or minted or whatever, I got pretty cheap. So nowadays, like a base mint seems to be higher than it was then. That would make sense, but I know I've got some properties that I'm sitting on in collections that are a pretty damn good value. I just don't think I fuck with them because they're in a collection, and whatever reason, my brain is stuck valuing that more. But I need to get away from that, because I get a lot more value away from collection. I don't give a fuck about that. At least with these small properties, if I can consolidate, like, let's just use Kansas City, that's where I'm at right now. I have 2 other properties in Kansas City, plus the one I bought that has the showroom on it. And I'm fine with that. I'm fine with having 2 shit ones and then a good one. That will probably be the move that I make when I consolidate, because unless I can get three really big ones or bigger ones, that would be great too. If I could get my property holdings down to under 100, I think, without losing. Actually, I could probably gain. I think I could probably gain my dividends if I consolidate those properties and put them into something that gets a multiplier in a collection. So we'll see. We'll look at those. I know I have a lot of Detroit properties, but that's where my web for treasure hunting is. Not that I do a lot of that, but when I decide to do that, that's where I do it. So I have a lot of collections there, but even consolidating some of those, well, no, I don't really want to consolidate those because I need more properties out there to pull from. And then, so I have, I don't know, like 40 or 50 in Detroit. I got almost 50 in Granada Hills, and then everything else. So if I have 170 properties, 100 of those properties are in Granada Hills and Detroit. If I could just move and consolidate, I guess getting under 100 is probably not the route I'm going to go, because I want to keep my Granada Hills properties held for a while, and my Detroit ones I use for my web, my treasure hunting web. I can consolidate all the other ones and try to get those down. Maybe I can get down to like 120. If I could cut 50 out and then consolidate those into bigger properties that I can throw into collections, I might do better than I'm currently doing. So we'll see. I'll look at that. We'll see what makes sense. But that might be my next mission, is to just consolidate some properties, get some DC properties, and then get a DC pass to see what I get out of that, and then maybe that will force me to start moving on some other properties. Take my shitty, because I know I've got some like really low yielding properties in collections, just because I wanted the bonus when I was starting out. I was like, oh cool, if I just spend a little bit, get these shit properties, throw them in a collection, and then this thing's freezing again. Oh, it didn't. Good. And then I can get the bonus, and then I can get that Upix right now. That was a pretty good strategy for me early on. So, but nowadays I don't need that. So I will look at adjusting this. I know I got some bad ones in there. I know I got some real fucking baddies in there, doing little to no good in a collection. So I gotta tweak my mindset a little bit and say, hey, it's fine not to have this collection. I don't need to have a collection just to have a collection. Let's make it work for me better. So shifting that mindset just a little bit as you move, I think is pretty important. My account is still not huge or anything, but if I want to keep growing in the right direction, I'm fine with making some moves right now, even if it is a net loss, kind of, to set myself up better for the future. Because at the rate I'm going, I mean, I'm under 2 million net worth, and I have 170 properties. I mean, I'll be sitting in the thousands, by the time I get to executive. And I don't know if I want to go that route. That's a lot of fucking properties to manage. So, and maybe we get there anyway, but at least I can kind of start being more intentional about the route that I'm going, and purge some of the poor purchases if it makes sense. I'm not going to completely lose my ass on it. So if I have to just sit on some really bad purchases I made early on, then that's what I'll do. So, yeah, that's kind of my strategy moving forward right now. I think it's important you just stay fluid in your strategy and what makes sense, and you know how the game moves with you. Like originally, I never thought I would be, buying properties just to flip the properties. I didn't understand the game well enough at the time to know that was going to be the route I could go and see a greater return. I didn't know Tycoon was going to come out and help me, sell properties for USD. I mean, some of those shit properties that I have that maybe I spent too much UPIX on, I might just turn around and sell them for USD if I can, and just kind of cut my losses there and hope for the best. Because in some of those cases, I could lose. Maybe I lose too much UPIX, and the markup on USD is way better than, or the return with USD markup would be way better than the UPIX one. So it's just some numbers I got to look at. But I wasn't thinking about that early on because I just didn't know enough. So if you're newer, even if you're older and you're an older player, and you kind of just been doing the same thing over and over again and not adjusting your strategy, it might be worth looking into. I mean, the people, the podcasts and stuff I've listened to, it sounds like several of them have adjusted their strategy or their holdings based on where we're currently at and not where we were then. So it's good to continue looking into the future and thinking about what you want to do with your profile, with your account, with your holdings, and how you're gonna move them around to make them work better for you. So for me, I think I might try purging some of the bad, we'll say bad investments, even though I don't like to use that term all that much, but the bad ones, the bad purchases early on, and cut my losses there, trim some fat, and turn that into something that might be a greater gain to my net worth overall down the road. So I'll probably lose net worth, but if I lose net worth and gain in my dividends, or at least stay very close to the same, I'll be pretty happy about that. Much like Ben68 did, he trimmed a lot of his fat. Is doing awesome things with his returns on that, and didn't lose really much at all on his monthly dividends. So that's going to be my goal on a much smaller scale. And I don't intend on pulling any money out USD. I'm just going to reinvest all of that back into the game, so that way I can throw more money into Granada Hills. That's going to be my game plan. Everything is always going to come back to Granada Hills and what I got going on down there, because that's my node. Like I said early on, I'm gonna start reaching out and trying to get a database of owners around my racetrack, and I get maybe I'll do. I'll see if James UK wants some help with that too. Maybe I'll see if I can find his as well, and just get those people, so that way when his racetrack is going to be out before mine, help him spearhead that. So that way, whatever he wants to do, at least we'll have a little database of all the owners, and see if we can get him into the Discord server, and then submit the track for. Well, I know that's my plan, for me at least. I don't want to speak for James UK, but if that's what he wants to do, if I'm already going to do the legwork on mine, I have no issue doing the same shit on his. It's not that much more work. So, James, if you're watching and you're interested, I'll probably do that regardless. I'll just give you the information, and you do what you want with it. You've already been a big help to me as it is. So, it's the least I could do. Unless you already have that information, I don't know. Maybe you've already started working on it. If you have, then you can go ahead and tell me to fuck off. Which I know you won't, but I will. Well, I'm sure we'll connect. I'll reach out. But anyway, yeah, I'm gonna go do it. I'm gonna go do that legwork, at least for my track. I'll do it for James UK's track. And if you already got that information, then I guess I won't. But let me know if you do. So that'll be fun, and then we can figure out who's on the track, and then get developing on those properties. I already know that there's a bunch of development on both tracks. I've seen it when I go around it, and maybe I'll look at it tonight if I got some time. Ooh, the rain is coming down. We're getting close to Tillamook. This is probably one of my longer car videos. I drove all the way through the shit on this video, just talking about the strats. And now the closer I get to Tillamook, the heavier this rain gets. Fucking shit. Anyway, well, that's the plan. That's the strategy. That's me moving forward. I got $30 roughly in USD. I'm gonna go buy a pass with that money, and then I'm gonna go buy hopefully some properties, see if there's any ones in my price range. On the secondary market with USD, go buy those up, and then see if we can, get a collection in DC, because I think DC would be a cool area to own. It's a tier 1 city. Well, tier 2 at the moment, but we'll be tier 1. It never hurts to own properties over there, because then you can, it's a little bit easier to sell. I know when London when that motherfucker launched, and it was a tier 1 city before they nerfed it, I had a lot of success selling at a really great price in London. And then right before they fucking nerfed it, I bought some properties. It was like the next day they announced that they nerfed it. And then and now I've been struggling on moving those properties. So, and now I will probably lose money on them, or if I'm lucky, break even, just because the floor dropped so fucking much. Not that I bought them at a bad price or anything like that. I didn't overspend, but the floor dropped out on them, so it just fucked me. So, but now that we know how this works, the market's pretty. I think it balances itself out naturally, because it knows it's a tier 2 right now, and then it will go to a tier 1 once the next city shit comes out, and then we know it's going to. So anyway, it's anytime you add more properties to a city, it fucks its shit up. So that's what happened with London. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna quit rambling. I'm gonna get through the rest of this drive. I'm gonna start uploading this video to the old YouTubes. If you got through this, if you've made it through this video, how about this? I think I have an asset that I just won. Let me think here. I'm trying to think which one it is. I got 2 of them off the. What was the other one? I know I got a Love Heart Jacuzzi off the Upland Down Under podcast, and then I won another one. I want to say it's a well. Rustic Well, I think. Either way, how about this? If you've gone this far in this video, in the comments, don't allude to anything. Just write, let's think of something fun. let's think of something fun. Tell me, oh my God. How about this? Tell me your childhood nickname. I'll tell you mine right now. And it's kind of embarrassing, just a little bit. Um, but just put it in. Just put in like, oh, what is this? What the fuck is happening? Oh, I thought there was flooding up here. Just put in what your childhood nickname is. Don't say like, hey, my childhood nickname is this. Just put whatever it is in the comment. You can make whatever comment you want, and then maybe just like at the end, um, also put your childhood nickname. Mine was Boo Boo. That's what my mom called me for some reason. Like from Yogi Bear, the little bear. That's what she called me. So just if you put your childhood nickname in your comment, or if you just leave the comment of your childhood nickname and don't say why, because whoever gets to the end of this video is going to know why you're putting that in there. I will give away. What is today? I will give away on May 1st. No, that's tomorrow. On Friday. We'll do this on Friday when I make the video. Today's Tuesday. Give you 3 days. On Friday, I will collect all of the entries on YouTube of your childhood nickname, and I'll do a spinning wheel name, and I will give away either the Love Heart Jacuzzi or the well. I just don't remember which one I got. So, and these are not ones that were donated. These are ones that I won for being, I think, a live participant on the Upland Down Under podcast. So I'm going to pay it forward. And if you've gotten this far in this video, put your childhood nickname in the comments below. Don't tell anybody why. Don't say my childhood name is this. Just write the name. Just whatever it is. And I will put your name in to win the Love Heart Jacuzzi or I think it's a well. So, all right, guys, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. If you've made it this far, proud of you. Congratulations. I will be interested to see how many people actually get through this and put it in there. So, okay. Yeah, I'll see you on, at the very latest Friday, but hopefully tonight. So anyway, like, subscribe, leave a comment, childhood nickname, and I will check you later. Peace.